Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
I'm husband.
And I'm wife.
Together, we're reading the Bible for the very first time.
We grew up without religion and wanted to know what all the fuss was about.
Well, what have we learned so far?
That God is a dick, and apparently some people believe in talking donkeys.
We're not trying to pass ourselves off as experts.
Nope, we're just reading the Bible for the first time and giving our first take reaction.
If you'd like to join us in this venture, you might consider starting at episode 1.
Otherwise, jump in wherever you like.
All right, let's go read the Bible.
Yeah, let's get to it.
Hey wife, did you know that Anchor is sponsoring our show?
Really? Don't we use Anchor to distribute our podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts?
Yeah, and we are on just about every other platform available as well, thanks to them.
Why do we use Anchor as our podcasting service?
Well, they make editing and distributing our show a breeze.
What if one of our listeners wants to start their own podcast?
Then they should head over to anchor.fm or download the app to get started.
Awesome! You guys should go do that right now! Husband!
Wife!
Do you remember what happened yesterday?
Let's see, they got a shit ton of gold.
Yeah.
And I gave you New York, I think.
You did, babe. You did.
Congratulations on New York.
And you gave LA to our child, I think?
Yeah, and
then you claimed New Orleans for yourself?
Yeah, that's what I meant to do anyway.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I don't know if I actually did it for myself, but
I thought you did.
I claimed it for somebody.
And then also we took the moon just now because I said so.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, they had slaves and slave labor.
Yeah, that's right.
In the people who they had captured that weren't Israelites
God
that just
was
lived
good
there.
with it.
And God was great with it.
Yeah.
They made a deal with Hiram.
Yeah. The Sidonian that chopped wood for real good.
Mm-hmm. And they brought back 16 tons of gold.
16 fucking tons.
I know. Yeah. So all that happened yesterday.
Okay. So that was 1 Kings chapter 9, and today we're getting into
1 Kings chapter 10.
Let's go do this.
Okie dokie.
Hey wife, do you like coffee in the morning?
I sure do, husband. Morning, noon, night. Which reminds me, I need to add that to our grocery list because we're running low.
Wait, before you do that, check out the website ungodlybrew.com where you can purchase a pound of your favorite flavor of coffee.
What if I want more than 1 pound?
Either order a larger amount, or better yet, get 10% off by setting up a subscription for every 2 weeks or a month or whatever works for you.
Did you set up something special for our listeners?
You know I did. Exclusive for our listeners, get an additional 10% off subscriptions by entering the code SACRILEGIOUSCOFFEE at checkout.
That's a hellishly good deal.
Ungodly Brew is hellishly good coffee.
Okay, 1 Kings chapter 10, and boy am I excited.
Oh, shit. I'm a little scared.
Well, the first sentence starts like this.
Okay.
When the Queen of Sheba.
Queen of Sheba?
Right?
Wow.
I didn't even know that was actually a real thing.
Right, yeah.
I don't know what the Queen of Sheba is.
But it's cool.
But that's, I saw that.
I automatically like this person regardless.
I'm into this chapter now.
Yeah, Queen of Sheba.
When the Queen of Sheba heard of Solomon's fame, which brought honor to the name of the Lord, she came to test him with some hard questions.
With hard questions.
She had some questions.
Hard ones.
Yes. Difficult inquiries.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
She arrived in Jerusalem with a large group of attendants, as one does.
Right. Yeah.
And
when you're a queen, anyway.
And a great caravan of camels loaded with spices, large quantities of gold, and precious jewels.
Gotta bring spices, gold, and jewels when you're gonna ask hard questions.
Particularly precious ones.
Duh.
Yeah.
Right?
That's what I always do.
Right?
When she met with Solomon, she talked with him about everything she had on her mind.
Everything, huh?
Everything she had on her mind.
Okay.
What was on the Queen of Sheba's mind?
Marrying his ass and, getting to use the sea as their pool. That's my guess.
I mean, I'm burning with curiosity.
Right, yeah.
Solomon had answers for all her questions.
Wow.
Whatever they were.
He is the most wise person in all of history.
Full of wisdom.
According to the Bible. All time.
Nothing was too hard for the king to explain to her.
Of course. Of course. I mean, it's Solomon.
And he is the actually meme guy.
Yeah.
Okay. When the Queen of Sheba realized how very wise Solomon was,
very fucking wise. Come on.
And when she saw the palace he had built with the sea,
yeah,
she was overwhelmed. I like how they just buzzed right over what the fuck her questions were.
Right, yeah. I kind of was curious about what these hard questions were.
I'm very disappointed. Yeah. Quite frankly.
I am too.
I want to know what those fucking questions were.
I don't think he's as wise as they claim he is because, he didn't tell us even what the fucking questions were.
Right? She was also amazed at the food on his tables, the organizations of his officials, and their splendid clothing, the cupbearers, and the burnt offering Solomon made at the temple of the Lord.
I mean, if it was anything like when they christened the place, and they slaughtered hundreds of thousands of animals, then yeah, I can imagine being pretty impressed with that, I guess.
Overwhelmed.
Overwhelmed,
was the phrase.
Yeah, that's actually a better word, overwhelmed, yeah.
I would be overwhelmed as well.
The stench of death would overwhelm me as well.
And of the ostentatiousness,
Yeah.
Just what the fuck? This is so overwhelmingly not good.
Right, yeah.
She exclaimed to the king, quote, "Everything I heard in my country about your achievements and wisdom is true. I didn't believe what was said until I arrived here and saw it with my own eyes.
Yeah.
In fact, I had not heard the half of it. Your wisdom and prosperity are far beyond what I was told. How happy your people must be!" Exclamation mark.
Yeah, they have such a wise, rich leader who slaughters animals a lot.
What a privilege for your officials to stand here day after day listening to your wisdom. Oh my God, this is too much.
Wow.
She wants to marry him hard.
That's so fucked up. Like, really? You think people just want... I don't care how fucking wise you are.
Yeah.
No one wants to sit there day after day and listen to your ass be wise.
Nobody just, stands there staring at you, batting their eyes, going, wow, wise. You so wise.
Yeah, no.
Praise the Lord your God, she continued, who delights in you and has placed you on the throne of Israel. Because of the Lord's eternal love for Israel, he has made you king so you can rule with justice and righteousness.
Yeah.
Do you think she really said all those things? Or do you think that maybe Solomon and Mama
that was going to say,
that shit happen?
They were the ones that were heavily influencing this book. So I think that they
rounded up.
A lot. A fucking lot. Yeah.
Then she gave the king a gift of 9,000 pounds of gold because, he didn't have enough.
I mean, that's pales in comparison to the 16 tons he just got.
But she just brought this with her.
Right, yeah, on camels.
Yeah. She just carrying around 9,000 pounds of gold.
And there were spices and other stuff, too. So
Great quantities of spices and precious jewels.
Right.
Never again were so many spices brought in as those the Queen of Sheba gave to King Solomon.
Okay,
I'm about to employ some parentheses voice.
Okay. Yeah.
In addition, Hiram's ships brought gold from Ophir, and they also brought rich cargoes of red sandalwood and precious jewels. The king used the sandalwood to make railings for the temple of the Lord and the royal palace, and to construct lyres and harps for the musicians. Never before or since has there been such a supply of sandalwood.
Yeah, I mean, again... Solomon is the wisest, the greatest, the fucking...
richest, the awesomest.
His shit, literally doesn't stink.
His balls are always bouncing.
From the left and to the right.
King Solomon gave the Queen of Sheba whatever she asked for.
Yeah.
Besides all the customary gifts he had so generously given. Then she and all her attendants returned to their own land.
Oh. So they aren't getting married, huh? She just wanted to come and revel and...
She totally fucked him. Come on.
Probably, yeah.
Come on.
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you see that sea and you're like, shit.
I am gonna fuck this man. I mean, every time I see a dude with a big pool...
Right?
I am gonna fuck that man.
It's the pool that matters, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay,
next little section. Okay, that was the Queen of Sheba.
All right, Queen of Sheba.
Very disappointing.
I mean,
I wanted more. I wanted more.
I had fun with it.
I wanted to know what her questions were, God damn it.
I do. I do too.
That's very just unsatisfactory.
It is. I agree.
Okay, now we're going to read more about Solomon's riches and fame. Okay.
More about... Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds exciting.
Each year, Solomon received about 25 tons of gold.
Jesus Christ.
This
What
did
the fuck?
not include the additional revenue he received from merchants and traders, all the kings of Arabia, and the governors of the land.
Everyone kissed his fucking ass. Mm-hmm. Everyone.
Yum.
He wasn't at war with anybody. They just all shipped him fucking gold and shit.
Well, wouldn't you?
Why? He hasn't even fought anybody. They don't even know if they can. I mean, wouldn't you? I don't know. 25 fucking tons of gold. Jesus Christ.
Plus. 25 plus.
Right.
King Solomon made 200 large shields of hammered gold, each weighing more than 15 pounds.
Shields of gold.
Because
these are ornamental, right?
They have to be, because you can't carry that into battle.
Well, and he's also not battling anybody,
right.
So, like, fuck cares if you make him for anything practical, I guess.
He also made 300 smaller shields of hammered gold, each weighing nearly 4 pounds.
Okay.
Very, very helpful in battle.
Sure.
The king placed these shields in the palace of the Forest of Lebanon.
There we go. See, they were decorative.
Then the king made a huge throne, decorated with ivory, and overlaid, of course, with fine gold.
You know, I think Trump must think that he's Solomon.
Probably.
You know?
Yeah.
I think that must be why he makes everything out of gold. And has all of his... Like, he's got a golden fucking toilet.
But you know what? Trump is not wise.
No, but he thinks he is.
So I have to wonder how wise Solomon is, since he keeps trying to tell us how wise he is.
You know, right? He's
I'm
the
like-
wisest. He's of all the people, there's no one wiser than Solomon.
I'm thinking
No.
maybe he's more Trump-like than
I'm
than
thinking
anything.
you might be right.
Ooh. The throne had 6 steps and a rounded back. There were armrests on both sides of the seat,
Okay.
as
I mean,
chairs with armrests.
Not always. There's seats. I mean, hell, we're both sitting in one without armrest right now.
Okay, but they specified 2, one on each side.
There are chairs with only one armrest. I mean,
Really? Are there?
I think so.
That sounds stupid to me.
I don't know.
Even theaters seats have 2 armrests. Plane seats have 2 armrests.
Maybe I'll have to look it up. What the purpose of one armrest would be.
It
I don't
sounds
really
stupid.
know.
Okay, the only thing I can think of is like college seat chair
Right,
desk
right.
things where they have the one armrest,
Yep.
so you can slide in. Except I'm too fat now to fit in those.
Right.
And the figure of a lion stood on each side of the throne.
Good God.
A lion. There were also 12 other lions, one standing on each end of the 6 steps. No other throne in all the world could be compared with it.
I wouldn't dare.
Don't do it.
It's fucking. I mean, this throne room, the whole fucking place. It must have been a real goddamn spectacle, you know?
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
I just keep saying that because it is.
Right. Like, it's so overblown.
All of King Solomon's drinking cups were solid gold,
Of course they were. Why wouldn't you just drink out of gold shit? Because you got all this gold.
as were all the utensils in the palace of the Forest of Lebanon. They were not made of silver, for silver was considered worthless in Solomon's day.
Yeah, because he had all this gold.
Ugh.
You would think gold would almost be worthless as much as he used the shit. Jesus Christ.
The king had a fleet of trading ships of Tarshish that sailed with Hiram's fleet. Once every 3 years, the ships returned loaded with gold, silver, ivory, apes, and peacocks.
Oh my God.
But not pomegranates.
They got the pomegranates around there.
They brought in apes and peacocks.
Yeah.
So, King Solomon became richer and wiser than any other king on earth.
So he was kind of like the Tiger King of the,
Yeah.
of the ancient world.
Yes.
Okay, right.
People from every nation came to consult him and to hear the wisdom God had given him.
Oh my God, this guy loves himself so much.
Right? He's licking his own balls.
Right?
Year after year, everyone who visited brought him gifts of silver and gold, clothing, weapons, spices, horses, and mules.
Fuck.
Okay?
Like, I think, like, he should be giving some of this shit out.
I would think so, too.
Are there people starving? I want to know if there's people starving in his kingdom, because if there are, fuck him.
I mean, fuck him anyway.
Yeah, but
Just
I mean,
on
like,
general principle.
Jesus Christ, he has so much shit. Like, there shouldn't be anybody going without right now.
His palace is so huge, they could all live in it.
Right.
Yeah.
This is insane.
Solomon built up a huge force of chariots and horses. He had 1,400 chariots and 12,000 horses. He stationed some of them in the chariot cities, and some near him in Jerusalem.
They said that before. There was chariot cities in another chapter, and I don't... Like, I guess he built entire fucking cities for chariots.
To hold his horses and buses, you know?
Right, yeah.
Like, we have parking garages for buses.
He had
had cities for
his chariots.
Yeah. The king made silver as plentiful in Jerusalem as stone. That's why it was worthless, I guess.
Yeah.
And valuable cedar timber was as common as the sycamore fig trees that grew in the foothills of Judah. Nice.
He is a wealthy motherfucker.
He sure as fuck is. Solomon's horses were imported from Egypt and from Cilicia. I don't know.
Sure.
The king's traders acquired them from Cilicia at the standard price.
The standard price.
You know, the standard price.
Sure,
he didn't overpay. He didn't underpay. He bought them at
it was the standard
price.
Oh, yeah,
right.
I got it.
At that time, chariots from Egypt could be purchased for 600 pieces of silver.
Which was worthless, so it doesn't mean anything.
Right. And horses for 150 pieces of silver.
Chump change.
They were then exported to the kings of the Hittites and the kings of Aram. The end.
Okay. So he's really rich and really wise still. And nothing's changed there. And he's got even more fucking gold. 25 tons a year. 25 tons.
The only thing interesting that happened in this chapter was that the Queen of Sheba came to visit him.
Right.
And even that was boring.
It was kind of boring. We didn't get to hear the fucking questions.
I'm really disappointed. What kind of questions do you think she would have asked him?
Why do you think so much of yourself, dude?
Why do you have to have so much shiny shit in your house?
Right. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
What does God look like since he talks to you all the time?
What does he sound like, at least, if you haven't seen him?
Do you only hump your wives? Or do you also want to hump me?
Right, yeah. That's probably one of the questions.
How many times do you go swimming in
the sea?
Are pomegranates good for eating, or are they merely decorative in this house?
Right, yeah. Yeah, good questions, yeah.
Right? Those are the hard
they
questions.
They would have been, anything would have done.
Right.
You know, like, I just wanted some questions, God damn it.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, well, anyway.
What is your shoe size, sir? Okay, sorry, I went too far.
All right. So that was 1 Kings chapter 10.
Mm-hmm.
And tomorrow we're getting into...
Well, tomorrow is Saturday.
Oh, shit, is it already Saturday?
It is already Saturday.
Fuck.
So we will be doing our Q&A, and I'm not sure what we're queuing because most of this week was just, Solomon's great. He's so awesome. I want to lick him. He's so great. Can I fuck him?
I think you should try to dig up some dirt on him. Like, I think you should go out of your way to try to dig up some dirt on him.
My only problem with that is, like, it's probably from chapters we haven't read yet.
Right. That's
so
true.
I worry. I don't want spoilers.
That's true.
But I'll find something. I always come through.
Yeah, definitely.
And then we'll also, the next day, Sunday, have our, what's it called? Asimov's Sacrilegious Book Club. Yeah. And we'll also have our weekly replay.
Are you ever going to get around to doing a Patreon episode?
I am. Oh,
you
my
are?
God.
You said that last week we were going to do it.
I did.
And then you left him hanging. You're like, nah, I didn't get around to it.
To be fair, I've had to do some extra work for a friend of mine this week and was not as available as I thought I would be when I made that vow.
I've been pretty fucking busy myself, so.
So, sorry.
Yeah.
But we will be back on Monday with 1 Kings chapter 11.
Awesome. One quick reminder here. I don't say it every episode, but I'll say it today. Just a reminder that on September the 3rd.
September 3rd.
We will be down in Louisville at the Kentucky Free Thought Convention. And we would love to see some of you guys out there. So I think tickets are $10 if you buy them ahead of time, and $15 at the door.
That's what I've read.
And, of course, we'll be there, so that would be awesome if we saw you guys there.
And there's going to be some pretty big-hitting names, so you won't be sorry even if you avoid us for some reason. I can't imagine why you'd want to shun us.
Right, and if we still have coffee by the time you get there, if you tell us that you heard about this on our podcast, you get to have a free, sample of our coffee from ungodlybrew.com.
I mean, why wouldn't you want that?
Right? Duh. All right. That's all we got for today, and we will see you guys tomorrow for the Q&A.
Yep. Bye.
Hey, wife, I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep, we have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegiousdiscourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe, leave an Apple review, join us on Twitter, support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.